Good evening, boys, girls, and MBs of all shapes, sizes, colors, and orientations. Welcome to the one and only Alec Gunter stream. My name is Alec Gunter. For those of you who are actually here, which I think is about 4 or 5 of you, we are in the single digits today because we're doing a boring stream. Yes, we're doing a boring...
Ooh, boring.
We're doing a boring learning about communism stream with Dubsy, who you just heard. Everybody say hi, Dubsy.
Yeah, boring Dubsy. Hi. Boringly, I say. No, wait. The most boring way to say hi is hello.
Hello. Salutations, good sir.
That's almost interesting because you don't hear that often, so it kind of defeats the purpose.
Fair.
Hello is the most boring, or like good day. And good day is kind of annoying in a way. Still, it's not boring.
There we go.
Because it invokes something else.
Sorry, I did show you on the screen for a second. I hope that's okay.
That's fine. Yeah, don't worry about it.
But now you are simply in the corner. Okay, well, there you are again. Why are you there again? Remove. There we go. I'm doxing you. Okay.
I can just turn off my cam if you want.
No, you're fine. Whatever you want to do. It was just something, it was a setting that I had turned on that I had to turn off.
Cool.
Okay,
at least my thing moves now with talking. That's fun.
That is nice. That's very loud.
It works like my PNG tuber.
Yeah, I like it. Okay. X this out. So, as the stream title entails, we will be learning about communism today. From the most verifiable source available to us, Wikipedia. Now, unfortunately...
Good old reliable.
Unfortunately, if I stream it to you, Dubsy, my whole stream's gonna mess up. So...
No, I'm watching your stream. It's fine.
Okay, great. That'll work then.
It's mostly text. It's not gonna move that much.
Yeah, fair point.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I don't have really any, like, personal updates to go over. I haven't really been crocheting that much. I've been lazy about it. So, fucking bite me, I don't know. I just haven't felt like it. I haven't been working out because I haven't felt like it. Fucking bite me, I don't know. Yesterday and the day before, I felt like I was going to die. For no reason. Like, I got enough sleep. I've been eating okay-ish. My body was not having it. My brain was not having it, and it did not like me. So that's the update that I have for you. It's a very happy one, I know. But I feel better today. The good news. So, I figured, since I call myself a communist, and since I go around preaching communism, it would behoove me to learn a little bit about the history of communism and what's been tried, what has failed, because I don't think any have actually succeeded, but maybe we'll be surprised, who knows. I've been told that the CCP is a successful version of communism by some sources, but...
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know about all that.
Interesting.
I don't know about all that. So, we'll learn about it.
We're gonna find out, because like I'm very much also just biased from what I've heard over time, and
yeah.
I mean we are all only products of our environment, and like
correct.
We have to actively seek out to escape it by seeking out knowledge, and that's what we're here for today.
Correct. So I understand the audience is going to be quite small today. But if you have the balls to stick around and learn about this with us, I would very much appreciate it, and you will learn a thing or two with us. So I figured what better way to start than just opening up the Wikipedia page and reading from there. So communism is a political and economic ideology whose goal is the creation of a communist society, a socioeconomic order centered on common ownership of the means of production, distribution, and exchange that allocates products in society based on need. A communist society entails the absence of private property and social class, and ultimately money and the state. Communism is part of the broader socialist movement. And if there are any links that you want to click on, Dubsy, let me know. I don't see anything there yet that's worth clicking on.
No, so far it's pretty much
Pretty standard.
Self-explanatory.
Indeed.
I think it's gonna go into communist state once we have the actual, like, more explanation towards communism.
Indeed.
And what kind of states there are.
Yes, indeed. Okay. Communists often seek a voluntary state of self-governance, but disagree on the means to this end. The Online Encyclopedia, yes. Welcome with outro.
Yes. Welcome.
This reflects a distinction between a libertarian socialist approach of communization, revolutionary spontaneity, and workers' self-management, and an authoritarian socialist, vanguardist, or party-driven approach to establish a socialist state which is expected to wither away. Communist parties have been described as radical left or far left. There are many variants of communism, such as anarchist communism, Marxist school of thought, including Leninism and all its offshoots, and religious communism. These ideologies share the analysis that the current order of society stems from the capitalist economic system and mode of production. They believe that there are two major social classes under capitalism, that the relationship between them is exploitative, and that it can only be resolved through social revolution. Let me just make sure. It doesn't necessarily mean violent revolution, right? Just sudden changes in the structure and nature of society. Yeah.
No,
Okay.
social revolution just means a change of the, like, society.
Yeah, like turning it all upside down, basically.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, just changing the status quo. Right? Like
Indeed.
the social surroundings. Like we used to live in a monarchy. We don't anymore.
Yeah, and that was a revolutionary period between monarchy and capitalist democracy. Or I guess it would be feudalism and capitalism. Okay.
I mean,
The two...
yeah, I guess. Whatever.
Yeah. The two classes under capitalism are the proletariat, working class, who make up most of the population and sell their labor power to survive, and the bourgeoisie, owning class, a minority that derives profit from employing the proletariat through private ownership of the means of production. Some variants additionally emphasize feudal classes such as the peasantry and feudal lords or other classes. According to this, a communist revolution would put the working class in power and establish common ownership of property, the primary element in the transformation of society towards a socialist mode of production. Which I believe, like, we could click on that if we want, but basically that just means workers own the means of production. No more owners.
Yeah.
Workers that are all just working together toward a common goal. Because I've always said, like, the main problem with capitalism is the tug of war between the owner class and the worker class. Because the owner class is always trying to get you to work as much as possible for as little money as possible, and the worker class is always trying to work as little as possible for as much money as possible. And at the end of the day, if you're struggling against each other like this, you will never reach any kind of goal. You're just fighting all the time. Like, it is...
Yeah. I think generally the concept of money itself is the problem, because with the concept of money you have the concept of, like, stockpiling of
Yes.
just like resource, like, you know, because like if you I guess if you try that with any other resource, you know, it doesn't work, but like money doesn't go bad, you know.
Well, it doesn't go bad, and it can be exchanged for literally anything. It is power.
Yeah.
Money means you can get whatever you want if you have enough of it. And so that's what makes it so lucrative. He who controls the money controls the power. All right.
Exactly, because everybody wants that power if it is a possibility. So you can, like, manipulate people into taking small parts of that power to do things they would normally not do.
Indeed. And actually, I want to, real quick, I want to make an announcement on Platinum Politics. I don't know we're doing this.
Do that.
because some of them
On
might
PP,
be.
you mean?
Yes.
The official PP Discord? I don't know why I said it like that. I'm gonna have to self-reflect on that later.
Okay. While the emergence of the Soviet Union as the first, I feel like I need to stop the music, or at least change it to something like more appropriate for learning.
The clown music.
Yeah.
I'm not listening to it, so I don't know.
Yeah.
The clown music.
Sort of, yeah.
Clown music.
Yeah, it's fine. We'll just keep it quiet for right now. All right. That way people can listen to whatever the music they want in the background with this. That's fine. While the emergence of the Soviet Union as the first nominally Marxist-Leninist state led to socialism's association with the Soviet economic model, several scholars argue that in practice this model functioned as a form of state capitalism. Public memory of 20th century Marxist-Leninist states have been described as a battleground between anti-communism and anti-anti-communism. If only there were a word for that. Authors have written about mass killings under communist regimes and mortality rates, which remain controversial, polarized, and debated topics in academia, historiography, and politics when discussing communism and the legacy of Marxist-Leninist states. From the 1990s, many communist parties adopted democratic principles and came to share power with others in government, such as the CPN-UML and the Nepal Communist Party, which support the People's Multi-Party Democracy in Nepal. Okay.
So, yeah, one thing, by the way. I think why there is an anti-communism is because there's people who want to allow communists that are not necessarily communist, and they would be anti-communist because they are for, like, the availability of all parties, or all, like, ways of thought. So...
It's possible to criticize anti-communism, particularly its excesses like McCarthyism, without being a communist. There were both liberal and conservative criticism of Cold War era anti-communism in countries like the United States. Got it. Okay, makes sense. Okay, I'm thinking... Should we read about etymology and terminology? The state of being of or for the community. The semantic constitution has led to nervous usage of the word in evolution. It was initially used to designate various social situations. After 1848, communism came to be primarily associated with Marxism, most specifically embodied in the Communist Manifesto, which proposed a particular type of communism. Okay, that helps. One of the first use of the word in a modern sense is in a letter sent by Victor de Huppé to Nicolas Restif de la Bretonne around 1785, in which de Huppé describes himself as an auteur communist author. In 1793, Restif uses communisme to describe a social order based on egalitarianism and the common ownership of property. Restif would go on to use the term frequently in his writing and was the first to describe communism as a form of government. John Goodwin Barmby is credited with the first use of communism in English around 1840. Okay. Since the 1840s, the term communism has usually been distinguished from socialism. The modern definition and usage of the term socialism was settled by the 1860s, becoming predominant over alternative terms such as associationism, Fourierism. What the fuck is that?
I heard
Fourierism.
of that because of that person.
Huh?
Yeah, the name is based on Fourier. Yeah.
Fourier. Okay, Fourierism. The systematic set of economic, political, and social beliefs first espoused by French intellectual Charles Fourier. It is based on a belief in the inevitability of communal associations of people who work and live together as part of the human future. Fourier's supporters called his doctrines associationism. Political contemporaries and subsequent scholars have identified Fourier's set of ideas as a form of utopian socialism. Never tested in practice at any scale in Fourier's lifetime, Fourierism enjoyed a brief boom in the United States during the mid-1840s, owing largely to the efforts of his American popularizer Albert Brisbane, 1809 to 1890, and the American Union of Associationists, but ultimately failed as a social and economic model. The system was briefly revived in the mid 1850s by Victor Considerant, a French disciple of Fourier's, who unsuccessfully attempted to relaunch the model in Texas in the 1850s.
What is a utopian socialism, though? Like it says it's the form of utopian socialism.
Utopian socialism, the term often used to describe the first current of modern socialism and socialist thought as exemplified by the work of Henry de Saint-Simon, Charles Fourier, Etienne Cabet, and Robert Owen. Utopian socialism is often described as the presentation of visions and outlines for imaginary or futuristic ideal in socialist societies that pursue ideals of positive interpersonal relationships separate from capitalist mechanisms. However, later socialists such as Marxists and the critics of socialism both disparaged utopian socialism as not being grounded in actual material conditions of existing society. Utopian socialist vision of ideal societies compete with revolutionary and social democratic movements. Later, socialists have applied the term utopian socialism to socialists who lived in the first quarter of the 19th century. They use the term as pejorative in order to dismiss the ideas of early thinkers as fanciful and unrealistic. Ethical socialism, a similar school of thought that emerged in the early 20th century, makes the case for socialism on moral grounds and is sometimes also disparaged. The anarchists and Marxists who dismissed utopian socialism did so because utopian socialists generally did not believe that class struggle or social revolution was necessary for socialism to emerge. Utopian socialists believed...
okay, they were too liberal about it,
Gotcha.
so to say. Like they were still like, we don't have to change things. This can just work out, right? And they're being like too optimistic about it and don't think that it needs to be an actual social.
I don't know. I kind of like this
in a sense.
Utopian socialists believe that people of all classes could voluntarily adopt their plan for society if it were presented convincingly. I don't know. I kind of subscribe to that. I mean, I think, okay, here's what I think. I think that some could. I think that a lot would, right? But I'm also...
The thing is like, I think does it here also say like, socialists generally did not believe that class struggle or social revolution was necessary. What do you mean? What do you mean? For socialism to emerge, like, do they think that people? Is it just disagreeing about how socialism comes about? Because right now there is class struggle. Are they just thinking like, oh, it would have happened without class struggle, and like, so that's just their definition, or what is the like difference? Because I don't understand.
So this is kind of exactly what I've been looking at lately. Is the idea of just like starting my own little community of people, whereby we just share the money that we all make, from the outside world, and we just demonstrate that it is possible to live in a stateless, classless society on a smaller scale. And if it's possible on a smaller scale, it's possible on a slightly larger scale, and more people can be incorporated because they believe in the project, and then so on and so forth, until eventually you have an entire community of people who all share the money, but there's nobody outside to trade the money with, and they're completely self-sufficient. And that's how you achieve communism. Like true, honest to goodness, like the earth is a home and we're all one big family type communism. That's kind of the ideal they're going for, it looks like.
Yeah. So what are they saying Marxists disagree then with?
So Marxists think that there needs to be a
regular communists.
Yeah, Marxists and other communists believe that there needs to be an uprising of some sort. Like there's going to be a disagreement, and that's going to cause, like, it's going to result in a violent clash of ideologies. Now, is that possible? Of course. Like, is it inevitable? I don't know.
Are they more like are like regular communists more evangelic about it, like waiting for the big like event?
Yes, exactly.
type thing,
Yes.
and
They're
not doing
like,
enough to bring the change about from now with as little as they can. Because then I would also say then I'm more like socialist than communist. Because like I don't think it has to be like the, like I think it can be a gradual thing over time. I, like I don't care either way,
well, yeah, I mean,
I want change with baby steps or big steps. I don't care what happens, you know.
ultimately, I've
But I think
described
just
this.
things need to change.
Right. I've described this before. You are going to reach a point probably with a lot of like rich people where they are simply going to protect their money with whatever means they can. And we're just going to have to cut off the flow of money, go in, seize them for like, literally exploiting people, try them for that, and then like just take whatever they have and distribute it amongst the people. That is a
Yeah.
possible outcome of this movement. And I'm not like trying to say that it's not. But what I
Yeah.
am saying
I
is
mean,
that
like
there's
that's always
also
possible because the ego
but
is
you
still in there. People
but
don't
you
want to give up what they
but
have.
but you give them the choice, right? You tell them, look, we can do this the easy way or the hard way, but it's happening. Like
Yeah, for sure.
we are giving you an option to peacefully integrate into this new way of living, or else we will simply make you. And you'll like it either
God,
way.
is there Zionist socialist? Oh no.
Oh no. Where's that
uh,
at? Oh, I see
the
it.
last one, obviously, because it's Z.
Yeah, I see it. But yeah, anyway.
Whoa, yellow socialist? Yo, you can't say that. You can't say that. I'm kidding.
Workers organizing unions which would operate in parallel with groups of businesses.
I was just trying to make.
Corporatism.
I was just trying
Yeah,
to
I know,
make
I know.
yeah.
I know, but it got me curious.
Yes.
Okay. And let's see. Do we want to keep going with Fourierism or do we get the gist?
I feel like we get the gist. It's just
Yeah.
like one of the other things that's more like utopian socialism.
An early distinction between communism and socialism was that the latter aimed to only socialize production, whereas the former aimed to socialize both production and consumption in the form of common access to final goods. This is how I
Okay, so
understand it
this
as
is
well.
yeah, but then I would also still say like more communism, because I feel like if you really want to feed all the people of the world, you would have to have like more of a communistic system than a socialist system.
Well, yeah,
Because
because
like if you
yeah,
still have only companies, because like if you still have worker owned production companies, you still deal with like holes in the food chain for places. I feel like, because some places you can't have production, but you still have people there, and you
yes.
still have to get like food there and have them get like resources.
Well, right, there's still a profit incentive. Like basically what it boils down to is what is it called? Worker co-ops, but at the end of the day it's still a free market. They're still capitalist. You know what I mean? Like they're just like there's a profit incentive still. And the idea is to
Yeah.
completely wipe out the profit incentive. Just wipe it out. Just
Okay.
stop using money.
Yeah, but why was it said? Nah, well, whatever. Doesn't matter. Yeah. Okay. No. Then it also makes sense. Yeah, because yeah. Okay.
Good.
All good. I'm understanding.
Okay. Um
Cool. We
This
can move on.
this distinction can be observed in Marx's communism, where the distribution of products is based on the principle of to each according to his needs, in contrast to a socialist principle of to each according to his contribution. Socialism has been
Yeah, I don't
described.
like to each according to its contribution. That sucks. Because like some people cannot contribute, as we
Well, right, and
know.
so like you have to sit there and waste time figuring out the delineation of who can contribute, and like it becomes means
Yeah,
testing.
yeah. It doesn't matter.
It
like
becomes means
value,
tested.
like measuring someone's contribution is irrelevant
Like
to
literally, if you need a
meeting
job
their
done,
needs.
if you need a job done and nobody's doing it, that's what bulletin boards are for. Reward, you know. We'll send you to Paris for a week, like whatever. Like just name your price and we'll have you do it, you know.
Yeah, there's other ways to do things. Societies have done that before money, you know? Like it's not too unrealistic to say like we can organize some things like reward systems and people getting like rewarded for doing more work and stuff like that in some
Just
way or the other.
right.
It doesn't have to be money. It can still be like something they get out of it,
Just have a
you know?
council of work distribution where it's like there are people in charge of managing resources, and then there are people in charge of managing who does what work and who gets what resources as a result of that work. And a lot of those resources are simply going to be divvied out to the people who need them. Like that's the primary focus, is making sure everybody gets what they need. And once people have what they need,
Yeah.
this is an investment. This is how the investment works.
Yeah,
Once people have the shit that they need,
exactly.
they will simply give back by default. They will innovate, they will create, they'll be artistic, whatever else. Like they will provide back. It's an investment in the human, because the human
Yeah.
is the most valuable resource on this planet. You know, and
Yeah.
it sounds dehumanizing to put it that way, but everybody thinks that this is like lovey-dovey kumbaya holding hands shit. No, this is simply practicality. Why the fuck would you not feed the most useful tool on the planet? A human.
Even if you take, listen, it's the most common denominator we can all agree on, even if you have like no emotional investment in the human race,
Yes.
is that like it is better for all of us if we have that work together,
The
not
point,
hurt
yeah.
each other,
The
you know?
point is you can be entirely antisocial about it and still come to the same conclusion.
Yeah. Numbers don't lie, bitch.
Yep.
Sorry. I don't
Mm-mm.
know why I got loud.
No, you're good. We're having fun here. Let's see.
I just worry I have too much fun for the neighbors.
Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Because it
Well, I'm
is
not
midnight.
the neighbors, so.
Yeah.
Let's see. Where were we at? Socialism has been described as a philosophy seeking distributive justice, and communism as a subset of socialism that prefers economic equality as its form of distributive justice. Activates misanthropy trap card. um, I mean, that would be misanthropy at your own spite, like at your own turmoil. Which, if you hate humans that much, then I don't know. There's not much we can do about that for you. In 19th century Europe, the use of the terms communism and socialism eventually accorded with the cultural attitude of adherents and opponents toward religion. In European Christendom, communism was believed to be the atheist way of life. Oh no. In Protestant England, communism was too phonetically similar to the Roman Catholic communion rite. Hence, English atheists denoted themselves socialists. Frederick Engels stated that in 1848, at the time when the Communist Manifesto was first published, socialism was respectable on the continent, while communism was not. The Owenites in England and the Fourierists in France were considered respectable socialists, while working class movements that proclaimed the necessity of total social change, end quote, denoted themselves communists. Excuse me. And the necessity of okay, got it. This latter branch of socialism produced the communist work of Etienne Cabet, I guess Cabet,
Etienne Cabet.
Etienne Cabet in France, and Wilhelm Weitling in Germany. Did I say that wrong? Wilhelm Weitling?
Wilhelm Weitling.
Weitling.
Like
wow.
white.
Yeah, got it. Walter White. We're just gonna call him Walter White. While liberal Democrats looked to the
Wilhelm
revolutions,
White, but yeah.
Wilhelm Weitling. All right. While liberal Democrats looked to the revolutions of 1848 as a democratic revolution, which in the long run ensured liberty, equality, and fraternity, Marxists denounced 1848 as a betrayal of working class ideals by a bourgeoisie indifferent to the legitimate demands of the proletariat. Revolutions of 1848. The Springtime of the Peoples, a series of revolutions throughout Europe that spanned almost 2 years between 1848 and 1849. They remain the most widespread revolutionary wave in European history to date. The revolutions varied widely in their aims, but generally opposed conservative systems such as absolute monarchy and feudalism, and sought to establish nation states founded on constitutionalism and popular sovereignty. Okay, so they were like liberal revolutions. The revolutionary wave began with the revolution in Sicily in January and spread across Europe after the revolution in France in February 1848. Over 50 countries were affected, but with no significant coordination or cooperation among their respective revolutionaries. So that's your problem right there. There was no cooperation. They were all just individual, like, they saw their friends doing it in the other countries, and they're like, oh, we'll do it too. And then they never cooperated with each other.
It was just a general being pissed off with the situation, you know.
What's Wallachia? I don't know what Wallachia is.
Where? Sorry.
In the chat, in the site chat. Yeah, it seems like class struggle is currently happening. We have not seen owners voluntarily give workers more rights. Unions and owners often clash.
Wallachia is a geographical region of the modern day Romania.
Gotcha.
So, Romania, basically.
Unions and owners often clash in negotiations when the unions demand higher wages and better working conditions. Yeah, there is class struggle happening currently. So I don't know what that will end up happening, like what will end up happening as a result of that. It could be, it could end in violence. I don't know. I don't think it has to, but it could. Something's got to give. Like there's too much. Like I get bombarded with people like asking for shout outs and shit, like for their GoFundMes and like asking for financial help because they can't get jobs, they're too disabled, this and that. And it's like at a certain point something fucking has got to give.
Bad.
Like this cannot go on. So either they're gonna give some ground.
Yeah, I mean,
like not to be accelerationist. Go ahead.
There's some change, if you look towards New York, that's like a good starting point. That also sparked a lot of change in the Democratic Party. There's a lot of people who are now like more anti-establishment than they were before, and like all the establishment Democrats, all the AIPAC people like completely lost the faith because they like were behind Israel because AIPAC money is funded,
Yeah, I guess
for Israel.
I guess what I'm scared of happening is we just get more liberalism, which like, if we get left.
The thing is, I don't believe that. We have someone that calls themselves a democratic socialist.
Yes.
That has been elected the mayor of a major city in America. All right. We have this person meeting with the Republican leader, and that leader still liking that person or like, publicly like seeming that way.
Yes.
Right.
And
I don't know. I see and I see already like there's so many democratic victories around like around America that I see like I don't know. I'm very hopeful just seeing it. Right now you're in the shit and it still can get a lot worse before it gets better. But I'm very hopeful with how things are currently. Like with how things are going.
Yes.
Because you've also never seen this many people speak up for like this side,
Yes. And I'm not saying that I'm not hopeful, and I love Zoran Mamdani. What I'm afraid of is people taking his shtick and not going further with it. Saying, okay, this is the line. This is far enough. Like, if we go any further, it's going to be bad. And that's what I don't want. What I want is people to keep pushing. Push for more. Always push for more.
And I think like a lot of more like I don't know how to say it, but like building blocks have been set in motion for that to happen. I feel I don't know, we'll see.
It's a start.
We're gonna find out because we had like the further right wing, like more extremist right wing exploration in America now. and seeing how the more left wing is just already like gonna have such more positive effect on the country will just, I would hope, would stir them even more in that direction, you know?
Who is the
Because
guest?
it's like, oh, we tested out the like hell waters, and now we're gonna test out like the good side, you know, and
Who,
actually benefit from it. But we'll see.
who is the guest? This is Dubsy, my editor.
Hi, how you
And yes,
doing?
the bug persona thing is like their little,
This is a bug.
yeah,
I'm a little bug.
the very
A little
NB coded
space
persona.
gained. Yeah.
Um, are you a bug NB or a possum NB?
Yeah, the two non-binary genders.
Yes. Okay. So like I said, I do have faith that things are going to get better. The question is, are we going to hit a limit? I don't think that Zoran Mamdani is the type of person to say that's enough social change, that's enough socialism. You know, if there were like a communist revolution, like a truly communist revolution, I think that he would be on the side of the communists. So I'm not worried about Zoran.
For sure.
I'm worried about the people
yeah,
who come
I
after
don't worry
him.
about that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, who just fake it.
Well, yeah. I mean,
You
like
mean?
they, or not even fake it. It's like they believe that this is it. We have achieved world peace. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Like this is where we stop. Capitalism is fine now. It's
this
all
will
fixed.
always happen. Yeah, I mean, it's a constant struggle, but currently we're like on the right side. We just have to keep the momentum, you know, in that like fight, which is also a lot of just public knowledge about this. But you see how much more like people are like, for example, this, like I mentioned to you before, this white lady podcast
Yeah.
that Sam Cedar was on, you know?
Yeah.
That's like
Well,
that's like the closest you could get from like seems like you know, establishment Democrat. But those two ladies openly said they like way more left wing than establishment, and like uh explore these ideas and make them like digestible for a newer audience, you know, the wine mom audience, which has never dunked into politics in the same way. And now with all the right wing uh uh right wing like policy against women, right, that even right wing women, like you seen even fucking, what's her name, MT Major Marjorie Taylor Greene and stuff, like even those women step up and say like the like far right wing is like, that's too far, you know, they're harming women with this shit. So like I feel like with all of these people who have never been interested in politics now actually having a stake in the fight because they're as affected as never before, right? Because like it's no longer like a fucking pandemic you can blame it on, right? We're no longer having to deal with other stuff. Now it's just like Trump's policies that are doing harm to that country, right? And like his credibility is also completely in the ground. So with all this happening right now, I'm like, I obviously there's always gonna be fake people, but I feel like if we keep the momentum going and we keep pushing, like it's gonna be good from now on.
I will say, if ever there were a time that this was going to happen, it is now. Thanks to the internet and the interconnectivity of the world and of like the worker class. So, I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
So I have a question. That being,
Yeah.
how will a communist society get people to do the jobs that no one wants to do? Let's say cleaning the sewers is an example. Okay, well, who cleans the toilets in your house? I'm assuming you don't want to, but you do it anyway, don't you?
Yeah.
You know,
So
if
also
there's a
we
job
can
that needs to be
we
done,
can
somebody's gonna suck it up and do
the,
it.
yeah, also you can incentivize these jobs that nobody wants to do, because you can find out nobody wants to do them. Okay, we tilt the tilt the scale a little bit in favor for these jobs, so they're like worth more, you know,
Right.
because
Like,
you can do that stuff without changing money. You can just give people more advantages, you know, give them a little bit extra to the regular stuff. But everybody needs to have the like basic needs met. That is what we're like, where the groundwork is, you know.
right. Like,
And
what
from
would
then
be
on, if you do extra work, if you do the shit labor no one wants to do, yes, you can get some bonus for it. It doesn't have to be with capitalism to achieve that.
right? Like, we don't need
Currently, you work more than you're worth, you know?
right. Like, we don't need to force people to do it or else they die. That seems like a bad
Yeah.
system to me. And that's
Like,
what we have
there's
set up right
reasonable
now.
people that are like, okay, I'm feeling good. Everything is taken care of, right? If I want to do a job, yeah, I can do something that is sucky. Like, I did in the hospital I worked at, right? I did the pathology rounds, which I was moving beds around through the hospital with patients in them or not. You know, if someone needs to go from like do an X-ray and go from their room and they're just in their bed, I would move them there or in a like wheelchair and stuff like that. And there were also pathology rounds. It was the rounds that like bringing dead people into the morgue, and clearly nobody wanted to do that. Most of the people did not want to do that because it's like not a labor that is, you know, fun, quote unquote. But I volunteered for that because I knew, like, I not because I wanted to do it specifically, but I knew I could take that labor away from people who would have a bigger problem with it, you know? Because, like, I would get paid the same way if I do it or not, but I could see that me like, taking a shittier job still made it better for other people, and like they were thankful for it for me. And a state system under communism or whatever you call it could also show thanks in a way, you know, that makes sense. Or like some people would still do things even if they are suckier, just taking a, you know, one for the team. Like, it exists. People do these labors even if no one can imagine doing something, somebody wants to do it, right?
Yeah.
You know,
I believe
somebody wants to.
I believe that if I decide that we are going too far, oh my god, I believe that if I decide that we're going too far, I'm just going to move
Right,
out of the
Blake?
way. Mm-hmm. What's up?
Collecting garbage can be fun, but like people like
Mm-hmm.
in Germany, for example, it's pretty well like paid job because nobody wants to do it, right? And we are a pretty rich country, so like collecting garbage is pretty well paid. So yeah, you know, and if you have everything, like if you don't have to worry that if you take that job you get like less taken care of, right? Then you can think of, yeah, I do it for fun. Yeah,
I believe that if I
exactly.
decide that we are going too far, I'm just going to move out of the way. I hope that's not unreasonable. Yeah, it's fine. I mean, like, I think that you will see it my way at some point, but if not, yeah, as long as you're out of the way, it's fine. We on the left can capitalize now and form a broad tent coalition. People of all ages and genders can be radicalized to push for anti-capitalism. I think that people need to start reframing this whole thing. Okay? Because right now, what people are trying to do is get together this grand revolution and overthrow, like, the big guys. No! What we need to do is understand ourselves to all be one giant, very dysfunctional human family. Okay? We're very dysfunctional right now, and we need fucking therapy. We need group therapy, okay? We need to get together. Like I always say, right? Understand that the person across from you, no matter who they are, does not see themselves as the bad guy in their own story. And then you can start from the point of, this is what I was talking about with Loanerbox. Start from the point of, you want good things, I want good things. Period.
Yeah.
We agree that we both want good things. So, all we got to do is figure out why your good things are different from my good things. And start there. Okay? And it takes a long fucking time and a lot of effort. But I think we can all get there. I think people cleaning sewers would want to do it. Yeah. I think people cleaning sewers want to do it because they get protective gear anyway. I mean, like, it's not a matter of wanting to do it. I don't want to clean my toilets, but I do. And I do it because I like having a clean house. And people will clean the sewers because they like having a functional sewer system. Okay? Do you like having a functional sewer system? Okay. Well, right now, it turns out the sewers need cleaning. So if you like to keep that sewer system functional and you got some spare time on your hands, here's a suit to put on. Go clean it. Please. And then if you'd like something in return, we can throw you something extra. You know, like it'll just be a matter of incentivizing people to do the work rather than having them face literal extinction for not doing it.
Exactly. I gotta go to the bathroom real quick.
That's fine.
Give me 1 minute.
Garbage collecting sounds really fun. All things considered, well then, there you go. When we see soldiers jump on grenades in wars to save their friends, yeah. What kind of qualifications do you need for garbage collecting? I doubt you need much. Probably just some training on how to use the truck. We must support the communists and their ongoing fight against the grammar Nazis. Okay. Beautiful. Okay, we're going to go back to the main communism page. By 1888, Marxists employed the term socialism in place of communism, which had come to be considered an old-fashioned synonym for the former. It was not until 1917, with the October Revolution, that socialism came to be used to refer to a distinct stage between capitalism and communism. This intermediate stage was a concept introduced by Vladimir Lenin as a means to defend the Bolshevik seizure of power against traditional Marxist criticism that Russia's productive forces were not sufficiently developed for socialist revolution. A distinction between communist and socialist as descriptors of political ideologies arose in 1918 after the Russian Social Democratic Labor Party renamed itself as the Communist Party of the Soviet Union, which resulted in the adjective communist being used to refer to socialists who supported the politics and theories of Bolshevism, Leninism, and later in the 1920s, those of Marxism-Leninism. In spite of this common usage, communist parties also continued to describe themselves as socialists dedicated to socialism. Jeez, I'm swallowing a lot. Why am I, like, producing so much stuff? Okay, hold on. According to the Oxford Handbook of Karl Marx, Marx used many terms to refer to a post-capitalist society, positive humanism, socialism, communism, realm of free individuality, free association of producers, etc. He used these terms completely interchangeably. The notion that socialism and communism are distinct historical stages is alien to his work and only entered the lexicon of Marxism after his death. According to the Encyclopedia Britannica, exactly how communism differs from socialism has long been a matter of debate, but the distinction rests largely on the communist adherence to the revolutionary socialism of Karl Marx. Okay, got it. In the United States, communism is widely used as a pejorative term as part of the Red Scare, much like socialism, and mainly in reference to authoritarian socialism in communist states. The emergence of the Soviet Union as the world's first nominally communist state led to the term's widespread association with Marxism, Leninist, and the Soviet-type economic planning model. In his essay, Judging Nazism and Communism, Martin Malia defines a, quote, generic communism category as any communist political party movement led by intellectuals. This umbrella term allows grouping together such different regimes as radical Soviet industrialism and the Khmer Rouge's anti-urbanism. According to Alexander Dallin, the idea to group together different countries such as Afghanistan and Hungary has no adequate explanation. While the term communist state is used by Western historians, political scientists, and news media to refer to countries ruled by communist parties. These socialist states themselves did not describe themselves as communist or claim to have achieved communism. They referred to themselves as being a socialist state that is in the process of constructing communism. Terms used by communist states include national democratic, people's democratic, socialist-oriented, and workers and peasant states. And then we get to the history. The Red Scare was pretty bad for the U.S. Hopefully we can overcome the Red Scare so we can have better economic policies in the future. Yeah, we still haven't gotten past it. All right. We're going to start the, whatchamacallit, the history. That thing. What are you doing, baby? Hello, ma'am. What's up? Hello, my love. What are you doing? Okay. Before stream ends, I also want to get a some kind of segment done. Hello, ma'am. We have a visitor. She's just gonna chill out on my lap. Who's your baby? Let's see what we got in the juice box. I don't want to do another Metatron video. Kino Casino believes being anti-pedophile is Trump derangement syndrome.
Here we go.
Ew. Back.
Wrong. White nationalists harass people at school.
How is it like
What?
Hermes.
Watching something?
No. I was just looking for something to watch later, possibly.
Okay.
Or onto the history of early communism.
Alright.
According to Richard Pipes, the idea of a classless egalitarian society first emerged in ancient Greece. Since the 20th century, ancient Rome has been examined in this context, as well as thinkers such as Aristotle, Cicero, Demosthenes, Plato, and Tacitus. Plato, in particular, has been considered as a possible communist or socialist theorist, or as the first author to give communism a serious consideration. The 5th century Mazdak movement in Persia, modern-day Iran, has been described as communistic for challenging the enormous privileges of the noble classes and the clergy, criticizing the institution of private property, and striving to create an egalitarian society. At one point or another, various small communist communities existed, generally under the inspiration of religious text. In the medieval Christian church, some monastic communities and religious orders shared their land and their other property. Sects deemed heretical, such as the Waldensians, preached an early form of Christian communism. Interesting. Christian communism. Wait, what is that?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
I mean, Christian communism makes sense, you know. Like
Theological
we
view that
talked
teachings-
about all the stuff Jesus did was very like communism, giving bread and like fish, feeding people for without money and stuff like that. You know.
But yeah, in healthcare.
You know, I showed you the Mr. Show clip, right? Of
Yeah,
the
you did.
lost apostle.
Yeah. Okay, Jesus, you're really really
really
pushing me
busting
here.
my balls with
Really
this
busting
one.
my balls with this one. But I'll tell you what, for one time only, you can get 5 loaves of bread along with the fish for free. Only 17 pence or whatever they called it. As
Meckles,
summarized, yeah.
whatever.
As summarized by historians Jansen Rod and Max Stanton, the Hutterites believed in strict adherence to biblical principles, church discipline, and practiced a form of communism. In their words, the Hutterites established in their communities a rigorous system of Ordnungen, which were codes of rules and regulation that governed all aspects of life.
Ordnungen.
Ordnungen.
It's like Ordnungen is like regulations, I would say.
Interesting.
Ordnungen you can like translate literally to that.
Ugh.
Or just like the like lawful demands,
Gotcha.
you know?
As an economic system,
say.
communism was attractive to many of the peasants who supported social revolution in 16th century Central Europe. This link was highlighted in one of Marx's early writings. Marx stated that as Christ is the intermediary unto whom man unburdens all his divinity, all his religious bonds, so the state is the mediator unto which he transfers all his godlessness, all his human liberty. Interesting. Thomas Munzer led a large Anabaptist communist movement during the German Peasants' War, which Friedrich Engels analyzed in his 1850 work, The Peasant War in Germany. The Marxist communist ethos that aims for unity reflects the Christian universalist teaching that humankind is one and that there is only one God who does not discriminate among people. I can get on board with that. Communist thought has also been traced back to the works of the 16th century English writer Thomas More. In his 1516 treatise titled Utopia.
Click it and let it say it. Click it and let it be said.
I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, by clicking it, and then on the page it goes to, I think. Next to the word somewhere. No? Is that not a...
I don't know.
Okay, never mind then. We will never know.
Indeed.
Never.
Moore portrayed a society based on common ownership of property whose rulers administered it through the application of reason and virtue. Marxist communist theoretician Karl Kautsky, who popularized Marxist communism in Western Europe more than any other thinker apart from Engels, I think I've heard of Kautsky, published Thomas More and His Utopia, a work about More whose ideas could be regarded as the foregleam of modern socialism according to Kautsky. Who's the guest? Dubsy, my editor. During the October Revolution in Russia, Vladimir Lenin suggested that a monument be dedicated to More alongside other important Western thinkers. In the 17th century, communist thought surfaced again in England, where a Puritan religious group known as the Diggers advocated the abolition of private property of land. What's so funny?
The name.
Mm-hmm. In his 1895 Cromwell and Communism, Edward Bernstein stated that several groups during the English Civil War, especially the Diggers, espoused clear communistic agrarianist ideals, and that Oliver Cromwell's attitude towards these groups was at best ambivalent and often hostile. Criticism of the idea of private property continued into the Age of Enlightenment of the 18th century through such thinkers as Gabriel Bonnat de Mobley, Jean Meslier, Etienne Gabriel Morelly, and Jean-Jacques Rousseau in France. During the upheaval of the French Revolution, communism emerged as a political doctrine under the auspices of François Noël Babeuf.
François Noël Babeuf.
Nicolas Restif de la Bretonne and Sylvain Marechal, I don't know, all of whom can be considered the progenitors of modern communism according to James H. Billington. Well, we'll have to study all of them in depth. In the early 19th century, Various social reformers founded communities based on common ownership. Unlike many previous communist communities, they replaced the religious emphasis with a rational and philanthropic basis. Notable among them were Robert Owen, who founded New Harmony, Indiana in 1825, and Charles Fourier, we heard about him, whose followers organized other settlements in the United States, such as Brook Farm in 1841. Now, these ones would be interesting to study. In its modern form, communism grew out of a socialist movement in 19th century Europe. As the Industrial Revolution advanced, socialist critics blamed capitalism for the misery of the proletariat, a new class of urban factory workers who labored under often hazardous conditions. Foremost among these critics were Marx and his associate Engels. In 1848, Marx and Engels offered a new definition of communism and popularized the term in their famous pamphlet, The Communist Manifesto. We got there, folks. Title drop. Tax the billionaire oligarch robber barons, indeed.
Yeah.
Okay, I need a
Big
break for a sec.
tax. Remember, most of America had a 90% tax bracket for your second million or something like that. So if you your first 2 millions would be taxed like regularly with a percentage, and after that it would be taxed for like 90%.
Makes sense.
Majority report talked about it. Like the most financially like the like best era was basically because of that. And after that like policy got toppled, like shit went down for real. Because then you get like people after that people could become super fucking rich because you didn't have that. Because like that was a safeguard is like crazy, for us to imagine from now on, but that was just common.
Well, yeah, I mean, it just doesn't make sense to have more than like a certain amount of money. Because,
Yeah.
like, what are you doing with it? Like, that's more money than any one man could possibly spend on anything in his entire lifetime. You know? Like, what do you want with all that fucking
It's just
money?
about power. It's just about controlling people, controlling.
Well, it's a
controlling
hoarding
stuff in the world.
disorder. It is a hoarding disorder.
Yeah, it might just as well be just about hoarding it itself. But I feel like some people are specifically seeking it out to cuz like it gives you also power in the longevity sense further down the bloodline, so to say. So like people can even think about like investing in further generations if they think like that, and just amass amounts of money that are like crazy.
Well, even then, it's like, like what the like. Your children don't need all of that. Like my children, when I have them, will get what they need from me, and that's it. Like, I will give them what they need to sustain themselves, and then they'll take it from there. I don't. I would love to reach a point where they don't actually have to, like, they're not forced to work for somebody in order to sustain themselves.
Yeah.
Like, but that's it. Like, beyond that, there's no reason for them to have millions upon millions of dollars. Like, what are they using it for? Like, I would actually be disappointed in them if they, like, had millions upon millions of dollars and they just hoarded it. I'd be like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, other people need that.
Yeah.
Like, I'd be proud of them. I'd be proud of them in a sense of, like, look at what you did. You accumulated all this wealth, but then I'd be like, now what? You have it. Now what? Like, what's the next step here? Are you just going to hoard it forever? Like, what are you doing? That's just me. I don't know how much longer I can do this, to be honest. We've been going about an hour. Just a lot of reading.
We can take a break and get to it for a little bit. We went through basically the entire history up until like Marxist,
Yeah.
We can also finish maybe just the history,
I don't know how much
like
longer it is.
this just the not the Cold War, like up to go back up to the last
There.
part we were at. No, even higher. Yeah, before communist states. We read up to communist states, right? So we just have the history, basic history, and then the communist states we can set for next time or later or however you feel like.
Okay. In
Yep.
1917, the October Revolution in Russia set the conditions for the rise to state power of Vladimir Lenin's Bolsheviks, which was the first time any avowedly communist party reached that position. The revolution transferred power to the All-Russian Congress of Soviets, in which the Bolsheviks had a majority. The event generated a great deal of practical and theoretical debate within the Marxist movement, as Marx stated that socialism and communism would be built upon foundations laid by the most advanced capitalist development. However, the Russian Empire was one of the poorest countries in Europe, with an enormous, largely illiterate peasantry and a minority of industrial workers. Well, there you go. It was fucking poor. And so, like, they tried to do
Yeah.
Marxist theory without the foundation upon which Marxist theory was born. You know, like, Marx said, they will use the foundation laid out by capitalism and the excess granted by capitalism to lay down
Yeah.
the new Marxist state. You know, it's almost like capitalism laid the groundwork, but they were fucking poor and stupid. So they didn't have that ground. They built it up on
Yeah,
dirt.
capitalism is the very chaotic, fast way to get to a level of prosperity, but then you have to tear it down because the power balances are still like there. Like it's an overall capitalism uh, fueled like extreme uh like competition and progression through that, innovation through that, because of this high competition environment. But now it went up to a point where it's no longer sustainable. Now it's just like the big collections of money in the hands of a few, and
Indeed.
now is the time when it's like supposed to be taken down. Yeah. I
Marx
can I can
warned.
see I can see I can see like if you look at during that time, especially if you look at other countries that are capitalistic and that had just like gotten to wealth quickly because of it, just by you know g- going that way. I can see seeing that as like the groundwork. Okay, sorry for
You're
interrupting.
good.
We
You're
wanted to
good.
get through this. Okay.
Marx warned against attempts to transform a historical sketch of the genesis of capitalism in Western Europe into a historical philosophy theory of arche generale imposed by fate upon every people, whatever the historic circumstances in which it finds itself, and stated that Russia might be able to skip the stage of bourgeois rule through the Aufsteiger. What is that? Oh, hold on.
What?
An Aufsteiger or Mir, also officially termed as a rural community between the 19th and 20th century. Stop it. Sorry, she tears up my things.
Obshina. Oh, that's oh wait.
A peasant village community or a Kutor
Oh,
in
yeah,
Imperial
yeah.
Russia. The moderate Mensheviks
Oh, yes.
minority opposed Lenin's Bolsheviks majority plan for socialist revolution before the capitalist mode of production was more fully developed. The Bolsheviks' successful rise to power was based upon the slogans such as peace, bread, and land, which tapped into the massive public desire for an end to Russian involvement in World War I, the peasants' demand for land reform, and popular support for the Soviets. 50,000 workers had passed a resolution in favor of Bolshevik demand for transfer of power to the Soviets. Lenin's government also instituted a number of progressive measures such as universal education, healthcare, and equal rights for women. The initial stage of the October Revolution, which involved the assault on Petrograd, occurred largely without any human casualties. Wow. By November 1917, The Russian provisional government had been widely discredited by its failure to withdraw from World War I, implement land reform, or convene the Russian Constituent Assembly to draft a constitution, leaving the Soviets in de facto control of the country. The Bolsheviks moved to hand power to the Second All-Russian Congress of Soviets of Workers and Soldiers Deputies, that's rolls right off the tongue, in the October Revolution. After a few weeks of deliberation, the left socialist revolutionaries formed a coalition government with the Bolsheviks from November 1917 to July 1918, while the right-wing faction of the Socialist Revolutionary Party boycotted the Soviets and denounced the October Revolution as an illegal coup. In the 1917 Russian Constituent Assembly election, socialist parties totaled well over 70% of the vote. The Bolsheviks were clear winners in the urban centers and took around two-thirds of the votes of soldiers on the Western Front, obtaining 23.3% of the vote. The Socialist Revolutionaries finished first on the strength of support from the country's rural peasantry, who were for the most part single-issue voters, that issue being land reform, obtaining 37.6%, while the Ukrainian Socialist Bloc finished a distant third at 12.7%, and the Mensheviks obtained a disappointing fourth place at 3%. Most of the... Sorry, I'm so ready to be done. Most of the socialists...
Should I read the rest? I can read some stuff. Right? So you can relax your tongue. Just don't move the screen around.
That's fine.
Most of the Socialist Revolutionary Party seats went to the right-wing faction, citing outdated voter rolls. All right. Should I just continue reading, or
you can continue reading? That's fine. I'll catch up.
All right. Citing outdated voter rolls, which did not acknowledge the party split, and the Assembly's conflicts with the Congress of Soviets, the Bolsheviks left Socialist Revolutionaries government, moved to dissolve the Constituent Assembly in January 1918. The draft decree on the dissolution of the Constituent Assembly was issued by the Central Executive Committee of the Soviet Union, a committee dominated by Lenin, who had previously supported a multi-party system of free elections. After the Bolshevik defeat, Lenin started referring to the assembly as a deceptive form of bourgeoisie democratic parliamentarianism. Some argued this was the beginning of the development of vanguardism, as an hierarchical party elite that controls society, which resulted in a split between anarchism and Marxism, and Leninist communism assuming the dominant position for most of the 20th century, excluding rival socialist currents. Okay, so like because Lenin lost the votes, or was bad in the votes, they started developing this vanguardism. So like more, we're the elite of the communists, and we like rule the other ones, which is just the thing we do not want. We want a social, we want like a democracy, where it's not like an elite that rules over all. Because kind of what the Supreme Court is also in America right now. Just like those elite elders that just decide over the others. We don't want that shit. No. We want that the people control the government and not single individuals. Other communists and Marxists, especially social democrats, who favor the development of liberal democracy as a prerequisite to socialism, were critical of the Bolsheviks from the beginning due to Russia being seen as too backward for a socialist revolution. Council communism and left communism, inspired by the German Revolution of 1918 and 1919, and the white proletarian revolutionary wave, arose in response to developments in Russia and are critical of self-declared constitutionally socialist states, Some left-wing parties, such as the Socialist Party of Great Britain, boasted of having called the Bolsheviks, and by extension those communist states, which either followed or were inspired by Soviet Bolsheviks' model of development, establishing state capitalism in late 1917, as would be described during the 20th century by several academics, economics, and other scholars, or a command economy. Before the Soviet path of development became known as socialism, in reference to the two-state theory, communists made no major distinction between the socialist mode of production and communism. It is consistent with and helped to inform early concepts of socialism in which the law of value no longer directs economic activity. Monetary relations in the form of exchange value, profit, interests, and wage labor would not operate and apply to Marxist socialism. Heyo. So I read the 2 paragraphs from
Okay.
most to Marxist socialism, and so the important thing I read in this, the thing is, like, with Lenin, for example, Lenin was pro, like, democracy in the beginning, but when his party did not get, like, enough votes, the thoughts of, like, vanguarding, the
Yep.
elite, the, like, type of like you know
Well, that's where it
it-
fucking goes
I
wrong.
also mentioned, like, that's the same problem with the, like, Supreme Court,
Hmm.
which is just like this group of elders that has way too much power, you know.
That's where it always fucking goes wrong. Is like,
Yeah.
just
hmm
because you think
It's
you
just
have the best
individuals.
ideas doesn't necessarily mean you do. Like, you need to cede power sometimes. You know,
Yeah.
the reason we do not live in communism today is partly because, and not entirely, but partly because fucking Lenin couldn't just suck it up and say, you know what, maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe the people are right. You know, like, he could not
Yeah.
live by his own
Yeah.
ideals.
Yeah. And another thing is, like, a lot of people nowadays get, like, fed up with democracy because people like Trump get to power. Yeah, but that's not the problem with democracy. That's still a problem with a lot of other systems that are in place, which are harming democracy. If you have like, for example, Fox News is an example I love to bring up, because it's like propaganda on mass in America, right? You get so many people that get quote unquote educated by Fox News, that of course they're voting, like, badly for their own, like, choices and stuff like that. But that's an issue of knowledge being brought to them, which is an issue of investing in that, which is an issue of capital, which is an issue of capitalism. You know,
What you need,
like,
you need to be a really likable guy. That's what you need. And I know it hurts to hear that for a lot of people, but the most likable guy gets power. Okay? There are 2 ways
Yeah.
to get power.
that's how it
One,
works.
you're the most likable guy. 2, you're the most powerful guy. You have the biggest gun. Okay? Those are the 2 ways to get power.
Yeah.
And if you want to avoid being the guy with the biggest gun, you got to be the most likable. You have to have the mandate of the fucking people. And Lenin was not that guy. He was not him. He wanted to be him so bad, in my opinion, that when he found out he wasn't him, he turned his nose up at social, like, the idea of democracy completely. We have a chat that says, I don't think that's entirely true, as Lenin had already listed out his plans and what is to be done, which was written before he took power. I don't know anything about that.
Yeah. I'm not saying before he, like, actually grabbed power, but when the revolution started and it came to votes, after that he took power, right? But during the votes he decided, like, yeah, no, that's the I need the vanguard.
Mhm.
This is where it says here, if you look for vanguard, I think it was a little bit higher up in the top paragraph of, I can't
Whereas,
See it on your screen.
if he
Should
could
have
have
just pulled this up on my end.
yes, but whereas if he could have just sucked it up in the moment and ceded power, maybe people would have looked back and said, you know what? That guy stuck by his principles. Maybe he was onto something because we fucked up, you know? Like, that's how it works. You know, it doesn't always happen in the moment. I don't think that we're going to achieve some grand communist state in my lifetime. And if people disagree with my ideas, they're more than welcome to do that. But eventually, I'd like for people to come around to this conclusion in their own time and in their own way.
Yeah, I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful for this to happen during our lifetime. I'm like, I don't think it's gonna be easy, you know. And like, I don't see a complete like communist state, but like I see like more like socialist tendencies in states, and I see more like or smarter organizing when it comes to resources and stuff like that. That's what I want to see, you know. So like the stuff that's already happening in New York with getting rid of like food deserts is a big thing. That's really good. Just like just basic stuff dealing with like, hey, we take care of everybody, you know, just as a basis. That's already a great thing. And if we have even like a little bit of working towards that, it's fucking dope. And
I
I'm
agree.
excited to be part of that.
I agree. You know, I'm not holding my breath for it to like completely overturn in my lifetime. But if ever there were a time for this to happen very quickly, it's now. Like, things just happen like that these days. You know? So, I guess we'll see. All right,
Yeah.
you want to wrap us up?
Yeah, I'm good. So what's your plan? You're gonna stream React content
I
after
meant, do you
this,
want to
or
wrap up the final paragraph real quick?
oh, read it? Yeah, sure. While Joseph Stalin stated that the law of value would still apply to socialism and that the Soviet Union was a socialist under this new definition, which was followed by other communist leaders, many other communists maintain the original definition and state that communist states never established socialism in this sense. Lenin described his policies as state capitalism, but saw them as necessary for the development of socialism, which left wing critics say was never established, while some Marxist Leninists state that it was established only during the Stalin era and Mao era, and then became capitalist states ruled by revisionists. Other states state that Maoist China was always state capitalist, and a whole People's Socialist Republic of Albania was the only socialist state after the Soviet Union under Stalin, who first stated to have achieved socialism with the 1936 constitution of the Soviet Union.
So the bottom line is, like, we're at where we're at, and whatever they did not work. So
Yeah, and there was always some group of benefiting, but that's not the concept of communism or socialism. You can do almost all the parts of it, but if you don't do all the parts of it, it's not it. You know.
right, give me 1 second. I see. It's a long whisker.
It is a long
Excuse me.
This was not no.
You thought it was.
You sure this not ball hair or something like that?
It's just a cat whisker she wanted to show me.
It's Winry's.
Right.
Hmm.
It is dark.
Whisker. I miss cats. I miss having cats.
Yeah, it's nice.
Love cats.
Better than
I love
dogs.
pussies. I love pussies, Charlie.
I love kids, Charlie. I love kids.
Oh, I should have said cats. I fucked it up.
I love cats, Charlie. All right.
I love cats. It would have, but God damn it. Can't revision it now.
Did you
Because
see
we're not revisionists.
Did you see episode 7 of The Amazing Digital Circus?
Oh yeah, it fucked me up.
I love it.
I love
Hey
it very
there.
much. It's one of the best episodes of like media. Like it's so
It's
good.
so
It's
good.
so fucking good.
If you want to get your hands on my sunken treasure, you'll have
Because
to do better than that.
it stays, yeah, but it stays like uh you know, ominous the entire way through. Like it's not like you can take no conclusion out of the episode,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like either way, which is so fucked up, which is just adding to all of that. It's just
But we just have no
it's
idea what's
so
true
good.
and what's not.
Yes, exactly. And that is exactly it. It's so good. It's so good that they did that.
Thanks, boss. Hey,
Like
you think I could get a raise? Ha, you're getting too smart. Time to delete. Like, that was fucked up.
oh yeah, I love it so much.
Mm-hmm. You're getting too smart. Time to delete.
Ooh, yeah, that episode hurt in the right way. And holy shit. Also with the implanted like memories and stuff, like you cannot believe anything even that you think, you know? Or
Well,
was it, you know, like
well, we have an
you're not
implication.
sure.
We have an implication that if he fucks with their minds too much, then they'll abstract. And so he has to be very limited in the way that he does it, unless he wants them to abstract. Which we have no indication that he cares about it, but we also have no indication that that's actively what he's looking for.
I'm what I'm interested in is what Kinga wanted to say before leaving the darkness.
Yes. Oh, my god.
like that.
Because he saw that hand thing and he's like, wait a minute.
Yeah, he knew something. Maybe they went through that before as well. Like the exact same like scheme of like, ooh, you know, this is the way
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, there's definitely a reason that Kinger didn't want Kane did not want Kinger involved.
Yeah, it's I mean, such a banger.
It's so good.
And recently I've been playing too much Deadlock. I've gotten really into it. I had such a good game today. I had my best game today. And like holy shit, felt so good.
On what League of Legends
It's
you
like
said?
no Deadlock.
Sorry.
It's like FPS MOBA from Valve.
I haven't played
It's
that.
so good. Oh, it's so good. If you like, I don't know how good you are with FPS because I have FPS background.
It's
I think
been
you
a
played
minute.
COD, right? Or
I
something?
did, but it's been a minute.
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
but still, you'll get you'll at least you know, if you played FPS before and you enjoyed FPS, then you should like be good with like FPS is what I'm saying. But it's like an
Gotcha.
FPS MOBA. Imagine like imagine like imagine like Fortnite with abilities instead of building. Like characters like Overwatch, but Fortnite like feel and MOBA elements map like elements like League of Legends. That's what Deadlock is.
Okay.
And it's very good. It's made by Valve, so there's fucking quality in there. It did recently just an overhaul with all graphics and stuff. It's sick. It's really sick. It's a lot of fun.
I just hopped on. Why are we looking at Wikipedia's page for communism? Because we were reading it. I wanted to learn more about it. I got some information. I'll have to go back on my own time and look at it, but I'm trying to like understand better where
We definitely did a lot of history.
Yeah, I'm trying to
for sure.
understand better where this ideology like stems from and who were like proponents of it, who were against it. There's a lot of debate about the difference between socialism and communism. But ultimately what I'm looking for is the system by which we can all recognize that we are just individuals doing our best, and the most productive way forward is to use our great excess and distribute it as efficiently as possible to all the people that we can and invest in them
Yeah.
as though it's an investment, like as though like that will get a return on it. Like we're all
Yeah.
people
We want
living
equity.
together. Yeah,
for
we're all
all.
people living together as a family, and the earth is our home. That's what I want.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Um,
I just want people to not have to worry about what they if they eat the next day, if their
Yeah.
home is still there the next day,
yeah,
like that sort of stuff. I just want people to have the safety and security of mind to live their lives happily,
yeah, and I think that's
Like-
a worthwhile goal to pursue.
I mean, you working for you is bringing me closer to have that for myself. To have
Yeah.
like a stable environment and stuff like that. And
Yeah,
like
exactly.
that ease of mind is so worth to have for someone.
And there's never been a better time in history to do it, frankly. Like
Yeah.
now is the time. It is time to come together, understand that we are all good people at the end of the day, and we are all working toward the same goal, which is just
Yeah, and we all deserve respect, and we all deserve to have the means to live.
Yeah.
In Germany, we have also currently like the right wing is growing more because we copy everything that's happening in America just later, quote unquote.
probably not a good thing.
I say derogatorily, but no. So like, they're trying to cut our social services too. There's tax breaks for companies when it comes to power, but not for individuals and stuff like that. And we need to work against that. We need to
Yeah.
take the power away from the ones who have too much of it and give it to the people who deserve need it.
Yeah. Now,
So
Dubsy,
many
how much
resources just wasted. Yeah.
how
sorry.
much longer you got?
I'm like I said, my appointment tomorrow I will not go to, so I'm completely free. For
You want to play a game of League of Legends?
yeah,
Let's
we can
do it.
that.
Communism is kind of
Communism
cringe.
kind of
Disagree.
cringe. That's kind of cringe.
Disagree. I feel that as a Canadian, the right is pushing up like weeds in a sidewalk there. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
What's cringe about everybody getting the things that they need to survive? I ask you that.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty base, personally.
Yes. Equity, baby.
Indeed. Let's make
You
you
get food
smaller.
and that wheelchair you need.
Let's make me smaller. Put you there. You and y'all. Okay.
I think I need to start doing political videos again. Like
Oh, yeah.
talking to you now, just it didn't feel like I was undereducated. I didn't feel like my insecurity when
That's
talking
good.
about these topics. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Where are you on here? And wait. There you are.
I'm booting up. Give me a sec. It takes a moment.
I want to play Yorick again. I just lost it. No, I actually won a game with Yorick. I did ass in lane against the Mordekaiser. Absolute doggy doo-doo ass. But I got carried.
Mhm.
And also I had a really, really good split push for a minute there. So, like, that's all that matters. I won.
Hell yeah.
That's a W under the belt, baby.
All right, let me get some water. I'll be right back.
Okay. I probably clarify the idea of communism is not cringe, but most communists are cringe. That's fair. I think most people who call themselves communists can be cringe, sure. It depends on if you accept the premise of communism being that. Yeah, I think, okay, so here's the problem with a lot of communists. They're far more obsessed with the idea of being correct and calling themselves communist and calling capitalists bad than they are of actually implementing anything useful that would lead toward their goals. Like, people who are self-ascribed communists are some of the most cringe motherfuckers out there because they do not care about anything except being the most woke, the most left, the most, like, correct when it comes to their ideology. When at the end of the day, like you could be talking to them about soup, right? Like, your favorite type of soup, and they're like, my favorite type of soup is communist soup. The kind that was made in USSR Russia during communist Russia. Because I love communism. That's my entire identity is communism. Did you know that?
Yeah, they're like grammar Nazis about communism. A little bit.
Yeah, they're really fucking annoying.
Similar vibe.
And stinky.
Yeah.
Sammy Wild Sam. Lol, a billionaire bootlicker. Me? Welcome, Sammy Wild Sam, to our community. You joined Twitch 11 minutes ago. That's always a good sign.
Yeah, that's not fishy at all.
As an ex-commie, I would agree with that. Yeah, but like if you're going to let other commies dictate whether or not you stay a commie, then are you really a commie, or do you just like the term? Do you just like the label? Are you ready to go? You want to do bot lane or?
Oh wait. Oh no, actually.
I've experienced more lefties chastising me because they want the sense of moral superiority and pasting screenshots of Google search results, AI summarizing socialism, etc., and telling me they provided me with research and info, and if I don't want to accept it, that's my problem. Yeah, so like that's another thing is communists and socialists, people who are self-ascribed communists and socialists, are dog shit at educating people. They're like, it is not my imperative to educate you on this topic. You need to go Google things because Google exists, and yeah, you're being cringe by telling me to educate
the
you.
thing is,
it's like,
yeah, the thing is, those people are the loudest. You know, same with like if you think derogatorily of vegans. You know, the loudest ones are the annoying ones. You know, that doesn't make it bad. You know.
part of why I became a democratic socialist isn't because I think communism is inherently bad, but because I am more focused on achieving change that could help people now. Okay, but that's not opposed to communist ideology. There's no opposition between you and me. Once we achieve democratic socialism, though, I would like to go beyond that. I would like to say, okay, now let's work toward like a true socialist society and a true communist society. You work
together. Yeah, we can work together to your state first, and then for, you know, we can fight after, you know, but let us get there first. You know,
ideally, I'm a
because like we
communist,
both want
practically, I'm a social
socialistic
democrat.
ideas. We both want like support for
Yeah.
like people and stuff, you know, like
Yeah.
it's in the same direction, just like further different ends.
Yeah, like
know,
you
like,
and I at
but
the
the
end of the
same-
day don't disagree. You know, like, and that's the
Yeah.
point. Like, you are a communist at the end of the day. Let me change the game.
It's also so like people, man, like words. Like even we saw that in looking at the history. Even back then, the fights between socialists and communists were partially just optics based, because in some countries, like socialists had a better like reputation than communists. It was just reputation based. It had nothing to do with the actual policy or the actual things. The only difference was like people who were you would ascribe communism to were identifying themselves as socialists just because that was more acceptable. And like, you know,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter what term we stand behind. It's the ideas that are important. Jungle? Oh, fuck me up.
I kind of feel
Alright,
like playing
we're going
Mordekaiser, but
stinky. No.
yeah, I can do Yorick. It's fine. Get Darius
jungle.
out of here. You
We'll
can
get
ask to switch with
Silas out
mid.
of here.
Would you rather play top?
Fucking Silas. Oh wait. Who switch? Who wants to play mid?
No, I'm saying you could ask mid to switch.
I mean, I can, but I doubt they want to.
I
Yeah,
guess
they don't
y'all
want to,
fall
so.
semester is over or unemployed. Please sway no ban or employed, just playing when work is done. Then you are ultimate human. What? What are they fucking on about?
Don't. How would I know?
One
We're
thing for
gonna
sure, MLs
go
are not
be
communists.
Stinky Briar today. Gonna smack him in the head.
Oh, that was fast. What the fuck? We're already in it.
Rar. What?
Donald Trump was fired by 81 million people.
Therefore, if they don't understand finance, why would we ever let those people have any level of control over the financial systems that set our entire country if they shrug off existing financial systems as being capitalism? Therefore, why I understand it. Okay, you should understand finances because we currently live under a system of finances. But at the same time, it is fine to acknowledge that it is complete bullshit. Financial,
Yeah.
like the economy itself is a social construct which does not need to exist and should not exist. It ought not exist.
Yeah.
Like the economy
it's
is bullshit.
counterproductive to human like human development.
Yes.
Like it's detrimental to a lot of people.
Yes. The reason that I think that it is good to
Not
understand
sustainable.
this is why I will probably never support leftists. Okay, prove me wrong. Tell me why the economy needs to exist. Go. I'd love to hear it. You're on the floor. The floor is yours.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
No, we're not. I'm not invading.
I told them that we are because whether we are or not, it doesn't fucking matter.
Eh. Oh, you told the enemies?
You're right, no need for exchange or of goods or unit of value. Okay, now you're being a little shit. Now you're being sarcastic. So now I get to make fun of you. Okay? Do you have a unit of exchange in your own house? When you go to the kitchen, do you say, "Hey mom, here's 15 pence. Can I have some cereal?" No, you probably fucking don't, do you?
That's a fucked up household. if
Hey,
you
little
do, and I'm
sister.
sorry.
Oh, you want to use the bathroom?
what
That's going to
you're
be
going
10 schmeckles from you, little sister. Ah, but you want to piss in my house? I think not.
Ah, yes, Ferengi society.
No, I don't go to my mom. I go to the store and buy it so I don't have to grow the shit myself. Okay, ultimately, somebody is going to grow the shit because we all need food. Okay? Somebody will grow it, and then
We
you will
live
do
in a
something in return
society.
for them growing it. Do you understand? You can do other things besides grow the shit. You have other talents, I assume. Unless you don't,
Which also, our condolences.
which, you know, yeah. Weird thing to admit. Weird flex, bro. Weird flex,
Yeah.
but okay. I would expect you to have other talents. Yeah, that's the economy generally. No, it's not.
Ah, yes.
That's the problem is you think the
Says-
economy is like this thing that has to exist. Can you envision something like you live in a house without an economy? Did you know that?
There's cultures around the world without it.
Yeah, exactly.
We're not talking about trade or exchange of resources. We're talking about like financial economy.
This is absurd. I know you
Bullshit,
think
yeah.
that because you have a very small brain. and you can't envision anything other than what you've lived under your entire life, right?
I think
So I know you
it's
think
just
that.
the term economy is throwing him off because he assumes something very specific
Okay.
with the term economy. But that's
I
that's
can't
the
help you with that,
most
though.
like yeah, just
It's not my fault that your brain's tiny. Go make it bigger. You started this, okay? We didn't have to go down this route. You decided to be a little shit about it. Quick to insult. You started by being a little shit about it. I didn't start this. You did. Okay? You made this bed. Now lie in it. Goodness gracious. Oh, goodness.
need help. Oh fuck.
I'm sure this approach will win in the marketplace of ideas. No, what I was thinking is that I would sarcastically, snarkily remark on everything that you say. I think that will actually win things in the marketplace of ideas now that I think about it. What do you think, Dubsy? I think that's the winning move. I think you're doing a really good job of convincing me right now. Now that I think about it.
Clearly.
Yeah.
I mean, we're so enthralled with your commentary.
Right?
And you're so able to like.
You're so
convince
smart
people
too.
who
You've made
disagree
me
with
open
you.
my eyes to how smart you are. When I really think about it, you're like really smart.
Yeah.
Shitting on
No,
someone in
dude,
chat.
think about
You
it.
shit
I'm the
on me
dumbest idiot.
first, dipshit. You shit on me first, okay?
It's always
You
like that.
started
They
this.
can't- they can't
Oh,
take any
you're
step
shitting
back.
on me. Shitting on somebody in chat. You shit on me first. Shut up. I don't give a fuck what you think.
Yeah.
Christ
Regular
almighty.
chat victim.
Yeah, typical childish behavior. I was trying to actually hear you out. But fuck me, I guess.
Okay, that's a good. That's a good
I'm out of
gank.
mana.
That's
I'm
a
out of
good
mana,
gank.
just so
I
you
love
know.
this gank.
Well, I'm out of mana, so
Yeah, it's fine. That's fine. It's fine.
give you a little something there. Okay, thank you. Enjoy the game, will do. You're more than welcome to stick around and enjoy it with me. No hard feelings. I don't care what you think. Well, then why are you here? Go away. What do you mean you don't care? You're in
Why
my
are you
chat. Shut the
arguing
fuck
with me?
up.
Yeah,
I
you're
don't care what you
arguing
think.
with
Here
us.
you sit. No. Here you sit in my chat telling me you don't care what I think. What the fuck are you talking about? Yes, you do. You're here.
Care enough to.
I don't care what you think.
listen
Okay,
to what he
bro.
has to say.
Yeah, you care enough to be here. Okay? Suck my dick. Sorry for being here, watching your stream, and having you two dipshit losers talk shit and cope about it. Okay, bye. Don't let the door hit your
Bye.
ass on the way out. You are more. You can leave at any time. You chose to stay.
What ass? This person sounds flat as fuck. There's no ass to hit.
Damn, you didn't
Flat
have
as
to go
the
there. You didn't have to go
brain.
there.
Oh, sorry, but that sounds like a person who's jealous of no ass.
True. It is true. You just didn't have to go there.
Yeah, my bad. Okay. There's a wolf here. Can I take the wolf? Can I get some assistance? Oh, no.
Oh boy, that was close. Go get him. Sick him.
The wolf is coming. Run, be careful.
Okay, thank you.
The ward here.
Oh shit.
They're super low. Fuck. No, don't go in. Don't go in. Free.
I know.
Free people.
So tempting though.
They baited me so hard. But maybe I can go for dragon now. Because they're doing grubs, so that's... I'll do dragon.
Well, that was fun indeed. They didn't have to be a little shit. That's their own fault. Goodbye. So you get for disrespecting me. And my friend.
Fuck, I fucked up my thing.
Plating, delicious plating, yum yum yum. I got the plating, yum yum yum.
Let's go. We got the dragon.
Delicious plating, yum yum yum.
I have my ult now. So let me know when she's ever lower.
Okay. Oh my god! He's fucking killing me. Oh, fuck me. Oh, I'm dead. Well, that fucking sucked.
Oh, I'm sorry.
My fault.
Yeah, I can't do her alone.
It's fine.
So I'm not gonna.
I'm way
jump
ahead of
there
her
and
in
do that.
CS. I just made a fucking bad mistake. I gotta poke her from a distance until she's low health and then go in. Otherwise she's gonna blast me with her ult and just win. She presses the win button.
I'm coming now.
Okay.
Towards you.
Lol. Good job.
Let's go. Okay. This. Let me get the boots. With the fur.
Which with the fur?
Whole club is looking at her. She hit the floor?
What? That's crazy.
No.
Come on,
but I
plating,
don't
plating,
know.
plating, 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 plating. Get it! Yes! Delicious, 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 delicious.
Delicious plating. Scrumptious.
Zesty plating.
I must ingest
More
it
people need
into my
to
body.
sit and listen and ask sincere questions. It wasn't that hard. Like, they could have just been sincere. They could have just been like, you know what? I'm curious about your point of view on this. But no, it's got to be like, well, are you saying that such and such and et cetera, blah, blah, blah? And it's like, well, gee, if you actually stopped and listened to me for a second, no, I'm not saying that.
Help. Yes, kill him. Yeah, good job. Good job. He has slain him.
Indeed.
Oh, you're also cleaning up now again.
Yep.
Good shit. Then just stay with fucking hell. Need to help bottom. Bottom getting beaten.
Okay, tower's gone. This is going very well.
Dominating. An ally has been slain.
Oh yeah.
Goodbye. Alright, works top.
Akshan is coming up. Yeah, finish them off. Yes. Yes. At least I damaged them enough that you can finish them. Go. Get a Lowy. Yeah. Take it. Take take Rift. We can take Rift together. Good shit.
Shit. Oh,
I love
Soul's firing his
I
laser.
love the type of shit where just one game makes me better at a different game. You know?
Oh yeah.
And I currently have that experience.
did anybody
with,
take it?
League,
Okay, yeah, I got
League
it.
and
Sweet.
Deadlock.
I'll just use it now. Fuck.
Oh yeah, that's a big money tower. Yunara, go for middle tower. Go for middle tower.
It's too late. I already used it.
No, you can ride it all the way to middle tower.
Oh, I didn't know. Well, it's fine.
You can still do it, by the way. That's what I'm saying.
Well, now they're all top, so. I'm just gonna go back.
An ally has been slain.
I need help you. Can you come?
Your team has destroyed turret.
Protect this tower.
An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain.
Bottom is going difficult. Oh shit. Guess I'm going there.
Godlike. An ally has been slain.
Killed the Warwick, but the rest is still alive.
I love how busted Yorick is. It's so fun.
It's good to see you. What's one more grave? Kill and
Ally has been slain.
You need to go to bottom turret. You need to teleport there
I
as
can't.
soon as you can. Or just go there. Just go back and go there.
Okay.
You need to push that lane now,
All right.
if you can. Right.
can't take it with you.
Could have picked up some vision wards, but whatever.
Or mid, you know, just. I think it's good to push a lane where, you know, you're a bit more needed.
Oh, fair enough.
I'm taking my farm up towards top. So once they're done, once they grab the lane back to tower, I can just defend. Right?
Gotcha.
So you don't have to worry about top. I'll just go towards that, and you can just try to do some power spikes there. Then I see if I can farm the lane after.
Lol. That was so funny.
Nice. Okay. It seems like they're all bottom. Be careful.
Okay.
I'm trying to do my thing and come there, but we'll see if it works. Oh yeah, it works. I'm coming.
Oh boy. Got out of range of that. Okay, we're good. Yeah, this is over. Fuck this.
Sorry, my bad.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh
I
boy.
got too greedy.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, Yunara is doing a lot of FPS.
It's all good.
DPS, not FPS.
Dude, Yunara has so many FPS, dude. Crazy.
Her FPS is like 3,000.
Yeah,
Giving her
it's
crazy, like it's like Superman vision.
it should not even be allowed, man. It's quite
Yeah, for
house
sure, for
system
sure.
game. For sure.
It felt like a energy drink fueled gamer beavers and Butthead.
For sure, for sure, for sure. It should not be done. No.
When we end, we begin again.
I've never watched Beavis and Butthead, but I kind of want to because I like Mike not Flanagan. Mike Flanagan is someone else, but the guy who did also King of the Hill. You know,
Yeah.
common side effects and stuff. That
Yeah,
guy.
yeah, I know those two are the same, yeah. Oh shit. Hi. Oh. Nice. That's crazy.
Has destroyed a turret.
going in. I'm going in. I'm going in. I'm going in.
Okay. Nice.
Woo!
Oh boy.
Let me out. Yes. I'm out.
Nice.
I made it out. This is how you play Briar, dude. It's so crazy.
That is crazy.
Briar is always all in.
Alright, I got TP up.
Up here.
I'm gonna TP bottom.
Yeah, I'm taking this farm and then I'm buying. Oh, actually, I can already buy my next item, so I just
I'm gonna
buy
pretend
that.
I don't know Warwick is there. Lol. Get fucking wrecked,
This-
Warwick.
What I do is just every horn.
Lol. Lol. Nice ult. Lol.
Let me take part.
Nice tower dive, lol. Alright, I think that we can wrap this up probably soon.
Ace.
Yeah, let's go Baron. Level 13, dude. I'm doing good.
Nice. I'm taking this. Very nice. Need some of this.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Oh boy, I'm done.
You got this. You're alive. You're alive. I'm coming up.
Whoa!
I'm coming up.
Get fucking
I'm
wrecked,
coming
you
up.
idiot.
You're alive. You're alive. You're alive. You're alive. Okay, run, run, run. Why are you still going in?
What do you mean run? You said you were coming. Oh!
Yeah, but
Pulled out all the
I was
fucking
still wanted
stops.
to make sure that we got the.
You said you were
thing,
coming. I thought that meant turn around and go in. Okay, well we still win.
Shut down. Double kill. Unstoppable.
How many kills did I have there? That was good.
Nice.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
I've come too far to stay dead.
Your team has destroyed an inhibitor.
Yeah, you might want to get back after that. Yeah.
I fucked up. I got stuck in my thing, you know.
Oh,
Just the Briar way.
indeed. It's all good. You know, some things just can't be avoided.
Be careful. You know they're gonna all run you down.
Yep.
Perform your
You're alone. I'm gonna try to send the ult down mid
An enemy has been slain.
Okay.
once I'm back.
Fuck is that?
Go back, Aurelian Soul. Dude, he's living life so dangerously.
I do not live in hope. I work to return it.
Are we not fighting? We are fighting. We are fighting.
Dominating. Double kill. An enemy has been slain. Your team has destroyed an inhibitor.
This is over.
Yeah.
Lol.
Your team has destroyed a turret. Has destroyed a turret.
GG. That was fun.
Hell yeah.
Victory.
It's my best Briar game yet.
Pretty good Yorick game. Okay.
Why did the enemy Tam Kench have the same name as my girlfriend? It's fucking
No.
me up, dude.
Celine, indeed. Okay. Honestly, I know I haven't been streaming very long, but I think I'm good for the night. I'm just not that in the mood to keep going.
Fine. You should only stream when you're up to it. We did our
Yeah.
research, we did our league game and won it, and you know, we
Yeah, I
got a
think that's
win for
enough.
the night, so we can end it.
Yeah, I think that's enough. I'll go ahead and find somebody to drop you people on. Jovan Bradley's live. We'll do him.
Yeah, thank you everyone for hanging out with us up to until this point. You know,
Indeed. Yeah, thank you all very much for being here. Love you all. Dubsy, I'll stay on with you for a minute more, and then I'll probably get off. Let me host Jovan. There you are. All right. All right. Thank you guys again for being here. Take care. Love you all. We'll do more educational streams like this in the future. And I will be back on Friday. I'm trying
yeah, I
to get some
enjoyed that.
more.
I enjoyed that a lot.
Yeah, it was fun.
By the way, thank
I'm
you
trying
for
to-
inviting me.
Yeah, I'm trying to get some more discussions set up, but I'll also try to mix in some reactions as well. So, looking forward to that.
Yeah.
All right. Take care, everybody. Have a good night. See y'all later. Raid.